So let's get right to it. For week 9, I used this 3x4 as a title card, and it's just stamping. And I used the Studio Calico label template stamp from the stamp subscription. And I used this stamp here. I just used it vertically. And I used this stamp which says this week and numbers. And I used a roller date stamp to, well, I used a roller date stamp there and added this pretty little heart sticker with a butterfly in it. For my first pocket, I used a 3x4 photo of my daughter along with this 3x4 card. I chose that card because the pink really matched the pink in her shirt there as well as there, and brought out the pink in this card here. I like to color coordinate when I'm making my pages as much as possible. Doesn't always work, but I try. So also in this spread I used labels. These are labels that I made myself, again using this stamp set. This is such a great stamp set. It's very very versatile. Very versatile. And I went along with that. I started with the heart here and just added a bunch of other hearts there from the sticker sheet that came in March's kit. There was a lot of them. I used a lot here as well as in a couple other pages, and I still have tons of them left. Alright, let's see. So this week included roller skating, aerial arts, conversations, superheroes, and stuffed animals. I used my typewriter here on the little post-it note, and I'm just going to say everything that I use pretty much is from the kit unless I mention otherwise. So I'll just reference the kit, or I won't reference it at all. I do have an unboxing video if you're interested in seeing the contents of the kit, and I will try and link that in the description box below for you. So like I said, I used my typewriter to journal on this little post-it note, and it says overheard. My son said, "I like being the youngest one because I go to kindergarten and everyone else will get old before me." And that was so funny. Every morning that's what they do. He goes into her room and they have these conversations, and I don't always hear them because I leave earlier in the morning than they do, and I miss a lot of those conversations. So I was happy that I was able to hear that conversation before I left. Here's just some stamping and a sticker, another label. Used my typewriter on this journaling card and used the rubber embellishment month there. So the kit came with this bright red alphabet sticker set, and I wanted to use it, obviously, right? But I was finding it hard to find cards that would complement the red in the stickers. So I struggled a bit, but eventually I think I made it work by using neutral colored cards and then letting the alphabet stamp stand out as a pop of color. Coincidentally, my sister had a birthday party for her son, and there was this bright red wall in the background, and I thought, oh, that's perfect. So that that red wall complements the red stickers. And with, like I said, with the rest of them, I went very neutral. Just wrote out or spelled out week 10 there, my son's name, my daughter's name, this title and this title here, and just used neutral cards. This one actually is pretty colorful, but because the colors are clustered into the lines, it looks more neutral than it does colorful. And I felt like the red ink and the red letters just brought out the red in the card here. Another reason why I used this card was because it reminded me of streamers, and we were celebrating a birthday, and there's streamers in the background here. So I thought I made it work. I actually like this spread a lot. So for this journaling card here, I used a roller date stamp with the days of the week, which is actually this one here by Studio Calico. I like that font. It's very clean and graphic to me. And then I used my typewriter to type out some journaling about what happened that week. This here, these are stickers, and this is artwork that my son and my daughter created. And through the school, they have this program called Square One Art. And they send you a sticker sheet full of these stickers, and it has their name and the year that they created it. And I try to include these every year into my album because I think they're just great. And actually, my daughter's artwork was featured in our local community arts day, which is this big event where they feature kids' artwork from the schools, and hers was chosen this year, so that was a lot of fun. Let me see if I can get you guys a close-up of that. There it is. A little bit of glare, but I think you get the idea. She just loves art. She loves anything with markers and crayons and adhesive and pretty paper, just like her mama. So that is week 10. On to week 11. For week 11, what I did was I looked at the spread separately. I looked at the left separate from the right because, again, because of the colors. I like to color coordinate, as I said. And that's what I did here. So I started with this pink and green title card. You can barely tell, but the circle is green, and this is a very light pink, and this is in gold foil. So I started with that card and used this card here, which has a floral on it, but what I did was I covered it up with a stamp set, with a stamp that says the story of today. And I used a green ink to complement the ink that was here, as well as the color of this playbill here. This stamp set is from the Story Builder stamp subscription from Studio Calico. So I used this one here, and then that little one there. So I just did some handwritten journaling for this one because I was, quite frankly, tired of using the typewriter. It's hard to keep those lines straight on these 3x4 cards. And again, here I used those heart stickers as I did last week. I used a label from that other stamp set, and it says noteworthy. This is a picture of the stage setup of the play that we went to with my in-laws, and this is the playbill. In the background, I used a floral card that's pink and green, again to complement the pink and green in these colors. And then for the right side, I chose white and blue. I wanted to pick up the blue undertone that was in that snow picture there, and journaled about Storm Stella that hit us pretty hard and gave us 2 snow days from school. So that was quite interesting. Cooped up in the house for 2 days because our floors were being done as well, so we didn't even have access to the first floor. So it was quite the adventure. So here's a picture of my son, and he is playing in the snow. Picture of my husband snowboarding, and my daughter using all of her imagination during that day. So there was blue here in this picture as well, so I used the blue there in those letter stickers. This says Stella, which was Storm Stella, spring has sprung, and then I spelled out not. The spring has sprung is from the March stamp set that came in the kit. So there's that. And then this here is an alphabet sticker. I don't know if I have it. That I use. I don't know where it is. Anyway, it's an alphabet stamp set actually that I like to use because the letters are tall and thin, which are perfect for these little 3x4 pockets. And again, I used the same date, roller date stamp. And that is week 11. week 12 had a lot of yellow in it, which I like. I like using yellow. Alphabet stamps. This one is in particular is from Calico, and as you can tell, I use it a lot in this project because the letters are nice and tiny. The leaf is from this stamp set here. And there's the heart again. There's some more hearts. Again, I used a lot of those, and you saw how much I still have left. So I like the way this yellow card looked. It seemed playful to me, and I wanted to go with that. It also matched here and the yellow in my walls. And I found these old alphabet stickers from Simple Stories to spell out the word play. This is a fabric label from the kit, and this one is too. This is a collage that I created using the Project Life app of my house when our floors were done, but before the furniture was in. For this pocket here, I typed out the word "so grateful" and then used my handwriting to write out what I was grateful for that week. This card here, I used that alphabet stamp to spell out creative, to document my daughter's creativeness. And this card here says, "I've had too much todaying for today." And that's how I felt at the end of that day, because after a full day of work and practice and dinner and cleanup and homework, I still had to do work. And I was done by that time. So this collage here, it allowed me to add 4 pictures as opposed to 1. I like using collages to add more into this small space. And the same thing here. This is a 4x6 space, but instead I used a 3x4 picture with a 3x4 card, and it gave me more room because I really wanted to use that card. So for week 13, it was the last week of March leading into April 1st, and I really love this layout. I had 3 outdoor pictures, and I wanted to keep that outdoor feel in the spread, so I looked for cards that had a botanical theme, and I used these 3 cards. I did go into April's kit for this spread. I was just done with the March kit. I was just done, and I felt like these cards, which came in the April kit, were, at least I think they came in the April kit. I'm pretty sure they did. I felt like they really matched the theme that I was going for this week, so I went ahead and used them. This card here is from the March kit, however. So in this pocket, I used 2 3x4 pictures and used "for the record." This says "for the record," and it's a flare button. The title card is a 3x4 that just says "do good," and I used a little label that came in the April kit, which is this. This is the stamp set that came in the kit this month for April. So I used that, and then I used this along with the top 10, and just wrote out WK to indicate week. I did not even add the dates because this was a really busy card, and I felt like the dates would be lost anyway in there. For this card, I just wrote out 10 different things that happened in the week. Again, you'll see that label stamp and the emojis. I used the emojis. In the unboxing video, you saw that I said I'm not a big fan of them, but I challenged myself to use them, and I did. I only used 3, but I did anyway. And I gave the rest of the sticker pack to my daughter, and she was super happy about it. So this is a picture of my nephew and my kids playing a game. And here I created that peekaboo pocket. So I just added the vellum stars that came in the kit and the rubber embellishment and sealed it with my fuse tool. And here you'll see a peek into the picture for week 14. another outdoor picture, and the one here. This was to document that my son was finally swinging on his own, which means I won't hear, "Mom, can you swing me?" 500 million times over the summer. I was really proud of him. He was proud of himself, too. This here is a chipboard piece, and a little tip that I wanted to share with you. When you use chipboard, it can be quite bulky, especially in these little 3x4 pockets. So what you can do is you can peel off the back. It has layers. You can just peel them off to make it thinner, and then just use your own adhesive to adhere it to your card. And that's what I did here to make it significantly thinner. I still get the texture and the dimension, but it's a lot thinner, and it works better because when I put it in without thinning it, the pocket was bulky and it was warped a little bit, causing a lot of glare. Also because I used a chipboard piece here in week 14, so I thinned that piece out too. And once I thinned it out, it worked perfectly in there. So that was week 13, which was the last week in March. I am caught up until week 15. We're currently in week 16, so I am caught up, and I'm happy about that. But that was week 13, and that was March. Those were my March pages. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And again, thank you so much for being here with me today. I know that time is very precious and we're all strapped for time, so I appreciate that you spent some of your time here with me today. And I will see you next month. Bye-bye.